match number 3, Division 5 doubles. Correa and Julen stepping out there for the Warriors. One of the best teams record-wise for that Warriors team. They'll take on Jeden and Cabrera. And Cabrera, the sub here for Ron. Ron went out. It was a hamstring injury in the Fireball's final game day of the regular season just this past Tuesday. So Cabrera will play 4 full matches if needed, and then if it goes into a tiebreaker, that'll also feature Cabrera. So a chance that he'll be playing as many as 5 of the 7 tonight. And he's stepping out for match 2, looking to give the Fireballs a 3-0 lead. 2 matchups in the regular season. First one went the way of Correa and Julen, 6-5, 6-5. The second one went to Jeden and Ron in straight points. That was that wonky 6-0, 6-0 match on April 4th. Warriors need to get on the board quickly, see if they can do it here with Correa and Julen.
We're ready to begin our next match. Correa has the serve for the Warriors. Correa serves, brings it in low. That is an underserve. First fault. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
Again, obviously kind of goes without saying here, down 2-0, but this is a must-win. Correa and Julen, 6-4 this season. You're playing this Fireballs team that has to use Cabrera as a sub. Got to get on the board here. Going down 3-0. Haven't seen the team come back from it in battle court.
Jeden on the catch with the forehand. Plays it high and hard to the back wall. Wall to wall and out to the rebote. Jeden moves up. Backhand. Wall to wall and out to the rebote again. And over the head of Cabrera. Correa makes the save. Cabrera's there. Backhand. 2-all.
Oh, boy.
Will score. First point of this match goes to Jeden and Cabrera with the Fireball.
And gets the backhand 2-all in to start off, and a smart throw too, because look at where he keeps it. He keeps it to the left of Correa. So if he makes the catch, it goes to his non-dominant side. If Correa makes it, he's just kind of flip it back in play. If he catches it with the right, he can score pretty easily.
That ball comes off the sidewall and scores. That's a second point for Jeden and Cabrera. This one off the serve. They lead 2-0 in the first set.
It's just another slow ball. Again, one of those tough throws that's coming in, crossing the wall.
Beautiful catch. There's the forehand.
Oh.
Ball's too low, hits the pad, and the pad is bad. That's a point for Correa and Julen. Correa serves.
We'll take a look here. Forehand high to the outside. Cabrera knows where to be, but again, the tendency is to hook that rebote, send it into the floor, and ultimately out of play.
Here's the backhand by Julen, powerfully thrown. Jeden's there, stops it on the 7. Backhand. Rebote forehand by Correa. Cabrera picks it up on the bounce. Backhand to the inside. Julen advances. That lands in and scores. Well, realistically, that only makes a difference what the judge says, unless they want to, ask for a replay.
And I'll tell you what, that landed, as close as it could be.
I saw 2 judges pointing in.
And it left a ball mark, and it's pretty easy when it does that, just inside the boundary line. Backhand 2-all works both ways.
Beautiful catch by Cabrera. The backhand 2-all coming up the middle. Correa makes a stop. Cabrera on the catch. Here's the backhand. Another backhand 2-all. Scoop by Correa. Correa with the drop shot. That ball is dropped on the forehand of Jeden. Correa and Julen have 3 points. Correa has the serve.
Well, this is a match to keep away from the backcourters here. So, if you're the Warriors, even though it's not a great drop shot, you don't mind it. It kicks off the wall. It's kind of floating, and you'd much rather force Jeden to beat you up there in the front than Cabrera from the back.
Here's the backhand by Cabrera. Caught by Julen. Correa catches this one in the air. Carambola return will score. That's a 4th point for Correa and Julen of the Warriors. Correa has a serve.
Well, Correa specifically struggled dealing with the backhand 2-wall from Ron the last time they played, but Cabrera throws it a little differently and not nearly as hard.
Big backhand. Robote coming out. Robote forehand saved by Correa. Jeden's on it. Backhand by Jeden goes wall-to-wall Robote for Correa. Cabrera, backhand from the 9 line. Drop shot. Correa's on it. Drop shot. Jeden could not make the play. Well done by Correa. They have 5 points and a possible set point for the Warriors.
5 in a row, and this is maybe the best we've seen from Correa. He makes the catch with the left side and then throws the drop shot with that side, which again, we talked about, he much prefers the right. To see that level of control is just fantastic. Correa's defended all those backhand 2-walls, and here they are, 5-2, with a chance to take the first set for the Warriors.
Cabrera on the backhand to the inside. Julen from the 9 line. Big bounce brought down by Julen. Julen from the forehand. It's a carom. Cabrera gets there. Julen advances to catch it in the air. Hard throw to the inside. Cabrera is there. Backhand to the corner. Robote forehand save. Cabrera, great control at the 12 line. He makes the catch, puts it back inside. Catch by Julen on the forehand. Here's a backhand by Cabrera. Correa reaches in at the 8 line. He goes wall-to-wall from the left side. Powerful forehand robote by Jeden. Cabrera, fine catch and return. Julen for the scoop. He's got control. Jeden makes the catch in the air. Jeden powerfully from the forehand. Robote coming to the inside. Correa, fine forehand robote caught by Cabrera. Forehand rotate by Julen with a light touch. Interference has been ruled. The point will be replayed.
The second time we've seen interference, and on a playoff day, might see guys getting in there a little bit more. And Julen, not going to take any chances. He could have stepped around and played the robote, but you put your hands up and you stop, get interference, and just redo it.
It's a good hard serve by Correa. Hard backhand to the inside. Julen's there. Backhand, powerfully thrown by Cabrera. Julen picks it up at the 12 line, comes over the top. Cabrera on the rebote. Correa lets it pass. Julen's there. Long cortada stopped down low by Cabrera. Cabrera, backhand 2-wall stopped by Correa. Correa for the 3-wall play. Jeden in position. Beautiful rebote to the inside, and it scores. That's 3 points for Jeden, and Cabrera still possible set point for the Warriors.
Well, earlier in the set, Cabrera ran out there and threw it into the floor. Love the trust here by, between the 2 fireballs. Let Jeden play the front court role. Let him play these rebotes, and he puts it right on the wall here. Take a look. In position, perfectly thrown. You see the bounce, cross, and then Julen tries to make the catch. Very difficult. Again, difficult to control. He got it in the basket, but never had control.
Fault. Underserve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Beautiful catch by Cabrera. Backhand. Caught in the air by Correa. Correa with the light touch. Oh, my goodness. Point and set for Correa and Julen of the Warriors. They take the first set 6-3. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set.
Yeah, look, it's a tough one, and, you know, both are correct. You know, Cabrera was saying me moving up to it, but Jeden was also moving towards the ball and not getting out of the way. So, again, it's confusing on both parties, and
well,
yeah, I just kind of got to...
The thing that you don't want to do now is sit... I mean, they're both coming off
yeah,
the court, but the beautiful thing was the rocks.
Yeah, you just got to diffuse and...
Basically, as they were walking back,
yeah,
it like, just calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, you know.
Yeah.
We're not going to win an argument here because there is no argument to be had. The ball has to be caught and returned by one of you. Figure out how to do it.
Yeah, but let's big picture things for a second here, too. This is a match where they're using a sub. If you lose it, you know, it's not the worst case scenario either. So you don't need to use up all your energy and maybe waste some, you know, energy.
So that first one,
yeah,
the backhand 2-all that we talked quite a bit about, Cabrera got it in a split placement. And after that, the Warriors, for the most part, get wise to it.
Yeah, they were all over it after that. And Correa made a couple of stops, you know. You just got to make the catch there on the outside, and that's the only way to do it.
There is a point at various...
See that? That's the ball mark. We said it lands just in.
Yeah, I mean, look at the backcourt judge. I mean, he's as sure of this call as he is of anything.
No, you can see it right there. Drop shot.
Just off the frame.
Gets up and misses it. But this one makes up for it here, puts it right on the wall, and Julen having trouble controlling it.
They both thought that they had it. And realistically, and this is literally just opinion from the announcer's booth, which is exactly what it's worth. Two guys sitting in a chair looking at a monitor is that if it's me and I'm Cabrera and I'm scheduled to play 4 matches, Jeden, take it.
Sure.
Jeden.
Yeah.
All you. Well, that's yours.
Yeah, coming into this match, you know, you probably expected Jeden. You needed to step up just a bit, given what Cabrera's dealing with tonight. And he was aggressive very early on, but, again, not so much later on.
We are ready to begin our second set. Jeden has the serve for the Fireballs. It's an excellent serve by Jeden. Big right side. Scoop by Correa. Powerful forehand is caught, and a great catch by Cabrera. Julen looks for the rebote. He makes the save. Jeden on the catch. Drop shot. Julen is there. Powerful throw to the inside. Scoop by Cabrera. Catch in the front court by Julen. Scoop by Cabrera again. Here's the backhand. Excellent catch by Correa. Costado to the inside, and no one is there to get a beautiful throw by Cabrera. First point of the second set goes to the Fireballs, Jeden and Cabrera.
Well, look, you know, Cabrera has been developing that Costado. We've seen it in singles where he went 5-0 in this division this year. So, you know, Correa and Julen are both expecting that he can kick it off the side wall and get it to open up pretty nicely. Shows you the evolution of his game. Another guy developing that left side.
Correa picked the serve. Jeden gets to the drop shot, rifles it outside.
Yeah.
Juggling on the catch of Correa. That is a second point for Jeden and Cabrera. Jeden makes the serve.
Yeah, he might get a look at a replay, but I could see a little ball. When you see the ball out of the basket, it means it lost contact with the base of the basket. That always constitutes a juggle.
Julen on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 11 line. Cabrera's there. Cabrera from the 10 to the inside. Scoop. That ball's tipped down low. That's a third point for Jeden and Cabrera. Jeden has the serve.
Another one coming in low. We talked about lower you reach to try to make the catch, the more difficult it is to secure it and bring in that ball.
To stop the ball in your system, there's no question about it.
There's a look at that juggle a little earlier. You can see out of the basket.
That Karam will score from the forehand of Julen. Correa and Julen are on the board with a point. Correa has the serve.
Look, Jeden smiling, Rice smiling, he knows it. I mean, this is kind of right to him, and he's waiting for it, waiting, and yeah, just missed it.
Cabrera makes a great catch. There's a backhand by Cabrera. Julen's there. Drop shot.
Perfect. That is
Scores
perfect.
on the second bounce. That was perfectly thrown by Jeden to score. 4th point for Jeden and Cabrera here in the second set. Jeden has the serve.
Yeah, I like what the Warriors were doing in the first set. I mean, they were engaging in some long rallies. They were more passive, letting the Fireballs be the aggressor and taking the chances when they came to them. Now Julen, I mean, just carom. Catching the, yes, it's not a great winning strategy.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line.
But then again, Julen has won a couple matches late this season with that right side. So, if anyone's going to shoot him from back there, you're comfortable with Julen. Just, Eden's been right on all of them.
Julen powerfully from the forehand. Rebote comes out. Jeden saves Rebote on the forehand. Here's Correa. Cabrera calls for it. Big, big backhand. Rebote coming all the way out. Correa's split placement is stopped by Jeden in the air. The 2-all by Jeden is in and scores. Possible set point for Jeden and Cabrera.
Well, Jeden here from the Costado makes him pay. Correa was ready on the outside, and you see how far it opened up. Beautiful throw, and wow, not sure what that was.
Point and set for Jeden and Cabrera, winning the second set 6-1. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our third and final set.
So there's the response, 6-1. Jeden and Cabrera take set 2 and sets up a third set right here. And Fireballs lead this game day 2-0. It's a best of 7, so first one to 4 will advance to the championship. And if the Fireballs take this third set here, they will have a commanding 3-0 lead. And after this, it'll be Alex and Manny against Urrutia and Cabrera. Cabrera subbing for Ron in Division 3 doubles up next, so he's going back-to-back. Then match 5, Douglas and Julen against Lalu and Arats. And match 6, if needed, will be Correa and Bradley against Jeden and Cabrera. Then if we need a 7th match, that will be just a 1-set tiebreaker. Again, the 7th match is a 1-set tiebreaker chosen by the higher-seeded team of the 2 in the regular season. The Fireballs, as the number 1 seed, got to pick that tie-breaking set, and they chose Jeden and Cabrera to go out against Correa and Bradley. That's only if we need it, and that will be match number 7. See the replays there. They've been going. Here's the 2-all. And then it's a look. Yeah, not supposed to be talking to the judge. Hands up. And, look, emotions running high here on the final day. And it's a Warriors season, but looks to, I mean, they've been on the ropes for the last month and a half. I mean, really, this Warriors team. So this is nothing new.
It was a surprise. This has nothing to do with any individual player, the team, or anything. But at one point, it didn't seem like they had anything going for them to get them here. But they did get here. They did get here.
First game day win was March 24th against the Cyclones. But again, look at the big picture. 3 of the 4 wins for the Warriors in this great stretch have come against non-playoff teams, and none of their wins came against a top 2 seed, not against the Fireballs or the Devils. So they made a nice run here, and see if they can continue. Feels like a must-win set for Correa and Julen. There's the serve.
Correa serves. Our third set has begun. That backhand 2-all hit the pad, and the pad is bad. First point of the decisive third set goes for Correa and Julen of the Warriors. Correa serves.
Yeah, and I don't know if Cabrera ever had full control of that ball. Looked like it was a tough serve right on the wall, and then it came out well low of his target.
Cabrera on the backhand to the inside. Julen passes to make the rebote. Jeden from the 7. Cabrera from the 9 line. Powerful backhand, clears the overhead screen. Rebote coming out. Correa makes the save. Cabrera makes the catch. Backhand to the inside. Julen, fine catch at the 10. Scoop by Cabrera. Backhand. Caught by Julen. Carom by Julen. Stopped on the forehand of Jeden. A beautiful catch. The 3-wall return. Saved by Julen. Here's Cabrera. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Rebote coming back out. Rebote forehand. Scoop by Cabrera. Backhand to the inside. Cabrera. High scoop is missed. Well played by all 4 players. That's 2 points for Correa and Julen of the Warriors. Correa serves.
Look, I don't mean this to be critical, but that was the first sign. It looked like a tighter to catch there by Cabrera. Really the first sign of it. So again, he's played a lot of points. Second match in a 3rd set already. Probably not what he would have wanted, but chance to win another one.
Low backhand to the inside is dropped in the backcourt. First point for Jeden and Cabrera in the 3rd set. Jeden has the serve.
It's not thrown particularly hard, but...
I was going to say, is Julen tired too?
No, but look at where it's placed. It's a floater right along the sidewall.
Powerful forehand by Julen. Rebote left side. Comes to the forehand of Julen. He's at the 8 line. Powerful throw. Caught on the left side of Cabrera. Big backhand. Now Rebote is coming out. Cabrera. Correa for the save on the Rebote. That ball comes in quick and scores 2-2. Jeden serves.
And that's a tough one there. Just kicking off the sidewall. Julen's hoping it either stays inside or kind of opens up. It's just kind of coming right at his sternum the entire way and couldn't get out of the way.
There's the backhand. Rebote for Jeden. Jeden, forehand rebote to the outside. Julen moves out there to make the catch. Right over Jeden's back. Thank goodness he ducked. There's the backhand 2-all. That caught the pad. The pad is bad. 3 points for Correa and Julen. Correa serves.
Well, again, I'm a numbers guy, and I count 2 missed backhand 2-alls in this 3rd set, Stu. And you just can't really give it away either. I mean, given how the Warriors played in set 2, came out totally flat, to give them 2 of these 3 points that's tough. Got to respond, though.
Here's the backhand by Cabrera. To the corner it goes, and Julen's there.
That's
beautiful
a tough
catch.
Yeah, it was.
Rebote forehand by Jeden. Back to the inside. Fine catch by Correa.
Oh, no.
That touches the overhead screen. 3-3, Jeden serves.
Correa hasn't been all too involved on the inside part of the court in this match, and he finally steps in, makes a good catch to his left, but again, evidently never had full control as he sent it up in the overhead screen. That's a good serve.
Excellent catch by Julen. Here's the backhand. Rebote forehand by Julen to the outside. Will land out of play. That's 4 points for Jeden and Cabrera. And the fireballs, Jeden serves.
Not sure whether that was a genuine attempt or it just kind of came in on him rather quickly and he had to send it outside, but tough miss late. 4-3, fireballs lead.
Fault, under serve. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Julen with the catch. Forehand from the 9 line. Cabrera's there. Backhand. Julen advances. Takes it in the air. What a catch by Cabrera. That's a difficult play deep in the backcourt. Here's Julen. Julen advances to catch that in the air. Excellent catch by Cabrera. Another low runner coming to the left side of Julen, and that scores. Score is 5-3. This is possible match point for the Fireballs.
Well, look, if there's any question as to, Cabrera's competition level throughout this season and having inflated stats, I think he's answered that. I mean, he's outplaying Julen now in this doubles match. He's playing a rank up. And Julen's one of the best fours.
Julen with the carry. Stopped by Jeden. Jeden for the 2-all.
Oh, that's out.
That is out. That is 4 points for Correa and Julen of the Warriors. Correa has the serve.
Look at this again, 2-all. Jeden's on it, tries to end it with the left side, but I mean, this is a couple inches wide, about a foot maybe. Still 2 chances if they need it.
Cabrera on the catch. Here's the backhand. Low runner to the inside. Julen with the catch.
What a scoop.
Fine catch overhead by Cabrera. Ball tipped. Point set in a hard fought match for Jeden and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Winning at 6-4 in the 3rd set.
And with that, the Fireballs now a commanding 3-0 lead in tonight's semifinal. What a win there. Jeden and Cabrera pulling off the upset over Correa and Julen. Match 4. Warriors season on the line. Alex and Manny got them into the playoffs. See if they can keep it going against Urrutia and Cabrera once again. Game day score reflecting a 3rd win by the Fireballs, Jeden and Cabrera. You heard that right. Division 5 match defeating Correa and Julen. Cabrera's going out up next. Not sure if we're going to have him here or if it's just going to be Jeden. It is just going to be Jeden here. We're happy to talk with him. Winner of that last match. Here he is, Jeden. What a match there, and you now take a 3-0 lead in the playoffs. Again, at the end of that first set, again, ball kind of split both of you up, and then you saw Rotz coming up, quickly diffuse the situation, and you guys were fantastic the rest of the way. What has his leadership meant to this team, and now he got you within a win of the championship?
Rotz is a cool-headed guy. I play very emotionally. And when Cabrera was talking to me out in the court, I felt like it was a blame game, but it wasn't. But I just took it personal because I let him have the ball. But Rotz calmed us down, and we was able to win the game in 3 sets.
Yeah, and talk about your partner, and on a day where Ron is hurt. What is he doing today, playing all these matches now with a chance to win it for you guys again?
Yes. I said all along, Cabrera is our most valuable player on our team. I love Rotz, I love Urrutia. But Cabrera is our best player, most valuable player on our team, and he's going to go out here and try to win a game for us. And to me, he's our MVP all year.
Awesome, Jeden. Well, it's been a great finish for you guys. Good luck the rest of the way.
Let's go Fireballs.